It's window day today. Get all that plastic off.
Get that flush.
We had plastic on the windows for like 2 weeks. Because we had a man from Universal Windows Direct come and look at all our windows, and a lot of the cold air is just coming right through. Wait, hold on, I'll help you.
Take that. What is wrong? Dad, can you do a little bit up there so it's easy for it to come out? It's not very strong. It's
You buy this at Home Depot. See, it's plastic and double-sided tape. It keeps the cold air from coming in. Boy, you're getting pretty good at it.
I know how to do this.
When you're using this stuff, try not to put the double-sided tape on your drywall or your paint, because it'll rip it right off. You can hear how sticky it is. You can put it around the frame of the window. Like right here, the window that's actually going to come out. It's a lot better, because this will take the paint right off, and it'll probably even tear the patches of the drywall out as well. So, like I said, today's window day, and I'm going to show you what we're doing. Well, we're not doing anything. well, we got the windows prepared for them, but there's 16 windows. 16 windows that they're going to replace. I'm kind of surprised they're doing it on a day like this, or a month like this, middle of January, and they're going to change out all these windows, all 16 of these. We're going to get double hung. All the cold air comes right through, especially these windows in the kitchen. It's not necessarily coming from these cracks, although it feels like it, but it's coming through the glass, because the seal between the double pane is like this aluminum material. And Universal Windows has a product that they don't use an aluminum piece of spacer. They call it a super spacer, what they use, and it's like this material that NASA developed. They use it in their space shuttle windows and stuff. So that spacer is going to be between this window, these two pane glasses, and it won't contract and expand in the winter and in the heat, so the cold air will stay outside, and it won't seep in between the gap and then ultimately come into the house. Because what he told us was interesting. The heat from the furnace blows and it goes, I don't know anything about the physics part of it, but he's explained that the cold air goes, or the hot air that comes from your furnace is supposed to be heating your house, goes right towards the cold air. And since there's spaces here, it goes right out the window. So you're wasting money. So this is the company, Universal Windows. And we're going to show shortly the guys installing the windows. And here's our blinds. We took all the blinds off the windows. All the blinds off the front windows. I think I mentioned we're not having grids on the new windows. It's just it's just kind of a preference. You have the option. And there's different types of windows too. You can get sliders. I think they slide from left to right, but these are the double hung windows. So I'll show you how they open up. These just slide open, these particular windows, but the other ones will. Hold on. What is it?
Aren't we going to do those windows today?
They're going to do all of the windows, honey. I already have all the plastic off of them.
Are you sure?
This plastic is staying on.
Why?
Because they're not actual windows that they're going to replace. We have to figure out another way, caulk them or something. I'm not sure. But those are double pane glass windows too, and the cold air comes pouring through those.
Yeah, I can feel.
So right now there's plastic on those, but we have to come up with another option.
I can still feel the cold air.
Yeah, I know. It's like 20 degrees out, maybe not even 20. Those windows, I didn't even realize that they don't have grids, but that's fine. Every window in the house, I think I mentioned 16, you could do if you'd like. For financial reasons, you could just do 80, or like for us, we could do 8 windows at one time and then pay that off, and then the next year maybe do the other windows. They give you that option too. We just went with doing all of them at one time because we figured we have some windows that are sealed and nice and warm, and then other windows we're kind of like defeating the purpose, really, especially in these cold Ohio winters. So we went with doing all of them at the same time, but you do have options though. Here's that aluminum spacer between there, in between the 2 panes of glass. And some of the other companies too, you'll get a window for like $400 less, $400 less, but they won't have these particular super spacers, they call it. So they're probably only gonna be good for like 2-3 years, and then they'll start leaking again. So you'll be happy for like 3 years. But these are these Universal Windows has all kinds of 100 guarantees and stuff, lifelong warranties, and
yes, they do.
Even if you're outside throwing a ball around and you crack the window, they'll come and replace it for free. And they're made in America. I can feel that cold air coming in again. This doesn't prevent the cold air coming in, 100%, but it sure does help. You can just feel the draft. It's ridiculous. The house is only 23 years old, but the builders, they use this builder windows, they call it, the least expensive stuff. Unless you have a custom built home or whatever, you'll get the better windows most likely. But so if you buy a house, if you're looking for a new house, and they'll always tell you, oh, it's double pane windows, they're really good. It may not mean anything. It may mean if you're not looking at a house in the wintertime, you're not going to know if you have cold air coming in. They're actually going to change windows in this weather. I still can't believe it. But hey, that's living in Ohio, Look at the size of the windows.
That's just for yours and this one. The other ones are all single.
Oh, okay. And I didn't realize that these windows were thicker in width.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they fill it with all that foam and insulation and everything.
Right, nice.
Looks better already without the crossbars and everything.
The grids.
Yeah.
The grid, yeah, that's right. I think you made it, that was your choice, right? You made a good choice on that one, I think.
Yeah, I don't like grids either.
Yeah. And they have a blue tint to them. And you were saying you can't see in at night through the window.
Right, and even during the day.
Even during the day.
Yeah, even when the sun's hitting it,
Yeah.
you can't see it. Even if the light's on, you can't see it at all.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. What?
So they put stuff on the floor when they first get in to protect your floors, and they bring in all the windows at one time.
You gotta eat it faster. You can't nibble on it like a little baby bird.
He was explaining earlier that the windows that we have right now actually protrude from the wall on the outside, so they're more exposed to the cold air and the hot air in the summer. But these windows fit more snugly into the wall, and they actually come into the house further. I mean, so you have this gap. You have this gap right here, but it's actually gonna be set in around here somewhere, meaning that it's not sticking outside as far, which is another plus to keeping it warm. He was just telling us that they just installed windows in a house in Brecksville.
34 windows.
34 windows, and the guy was anxious. He asked him, "Hey, dude, do these windows, are they really good?" You know, he was nervous. He was spending a lot of money.
Just like you.
And he was like, "Hey, I mean, you know, did the salesman sell me a bill of goods? You know, I mean, was he, you know, he was nervous, just as I was for the last 2 weeks. You know, are they going to put these windows in, and the next day it's going to be chilly and not really make much of a difference?" But he called him the next day, did he say?
So he stopped over.
He stopped over it, and the guy was elated. He was really happy with the
So
windows.
there was no smoke blowing anywhere.
Yeah, it was staying outside where it belonged. And you can see the tin on the windows. That's gonna look nice. You're being very good while they're here. Thank
Trying
you.
to stay warm, you're too cold to play.
Yeah, so that's why we're eating one pole.
I don't want you
He had to scrape all the ice away from this ladder so he can climb up there. I've been wondering all week how they were going to do this. I did not think they were going to do this in the wintertime.
It'll slide out.
That's a great idea.
Absolutely. Going down hurts.
Wow, I couldn't do it. I couldn't get myself to go up that high. He does it effortlessly. My gosh. See how rotted it is?
Oh yeah.
This is a lot different than sitting behind a computer all day, I'll tell you that. Although when the weather's nice, it's a great job to be outside.
I'll catch it. It's got some weight to it. Yes, I will.
I think the rest of it.
Things are being torn up. This is one heck of a job. Loud, isn't it?
So they fit.
This is
J channel. This is what finishes off the edge of your siding.
okay. That's what you see on the outside, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
Because your old windows had what's called a built-in J channel,
Okay.
and so they end the siding directly into that window. So when we cut it out, it leaves a raw finish to the siding. So this is what we use to finish off that edge, and then we can cap right to it.
Nice.
Makes it pretty.
Yeah. All the windows from the outside, takes them all out, obviously. But he just whips around the house in no time, man. Cuts them out, and then there's a guy inside installing them. Put a little path around the whole house. Wait, how the hell is he gonna get up there? And that's the worst window of the house, because it's kind of wobbly, been pushed in. But this doesn't look very stable here, so I know that they know what they're doing, that's for sure. I'm gonna try to stay out of their way, but I want to document this because it looks so interesting. There's 3 guys total. And they jam it. They know what they're doing. 16 windows in one day. I was pretty surprised when the salesman told us that. I thought it was going to be a couple days at least. I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but when the house was built, and that goes for probably every one of these houses here, the builders just put in the grader, the builder grade windows. And they're let's just say a lower quality window, cheaper, you know. So when you're a home buyer, I don't know how often they put in builder grade windows, but every home I've ever had the cheaper windows. So this is the first time Sandy and I are gonna have actual real windows that keep the cold outside where it belongs. tools of the trade. You really have to know what you're doing, because these windows are guaranteed installation and everything. If they're not put in right, if there's a little bit of cold air coming in, it's guaranteed they'll come out and replace it. This guy here, he doesn't mess around, man. There's no gabbing, no chatting, nothing. He's got a job to do, and he's busting his butt. I don't know. He doesn't have any support for this ladder. I don't know how he does it. I can't go up 8 feet, and I'm nervous as hell. They were outside yesterday, Tuesday. It was like 18 degrees outside. And they were working. I just mentioned he doesn't have any extra support here, and I just saw. It's right there. He's got like a little mini crowbar stuck in between the planks, and it's stopping the ladder from sliding anywhere. Brilliant. These windows are already in. I mean, just placed in there, of course. Man, nice.
Pull up one there in the middle.
Finally open it.
What's that?
So you could finally open it.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be nice.
Absolutely.
Well, it had the gas in between it where it fogged up during the summertime.
Well, so it's called seal failure when it fogs up.
Yeah.
The
Oh.
gases come out. That's
Oh,
what
the
gives it
gases
that
come
fog,
out.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what gives it that fog.
Seal failure. Okay. What was it called that's inside between the glass?
Argon?
Argon. Okay. The salesman said that there's a higher level of argon in here versus the competitors. What's that grin?
He's sure correct on that one.
Oh, really? Yeah, I know. What?
But I'm going to go with yes. He's
What,
correct.
honey?
No, so he is correct because nobody else is able to put a 7/8 spacer in it.
Yeah.
So our spacer patented from Universal is wider than the rest. So they're able to put more argon in it because it's more room.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So technically, yes, he's right. All right, here goes.
Ah. There goes that. There goes the bad window.
And it's that easy.
That was the worst one.
So you just give it a good tug and it'll come out. Just dripping on you.
Yeah. This piece was called what again?
J channel.
Oh yeah, okay.
And the reason why they call it J channel, if you look at it, it's in the shape.
Oh, okay.
And it
Makes sense.
covers that jet.
Just really seals the window in. Now
It
look.
finishes this, so you don't see the edge of that,
Oh, okay.
because we have no way really to, you could stop a piece of metal here and caulk all the way down it,
Oh, I see.
but I think this is much cleaner.
Yeah.
Not down here.
All three windows are out.
Come on, we're gonna go upstairs.
We're already starting to notice upstairs where the windows are in already. we're noticing that it's warmer, and plus it's a sound barrier too. I forgot about that, where you can't hear the sound like you used to. Like you can't see it from here, but there's a street right there. Right there, see the car? There's a lot of cars that go up and down the road that I think they think that it's a racetrack there. Oh, like these little Honda Civic cars and trucks with their big mufflers and stuff. You could hear it. Sometimes it wakes me up at night. But when I went upstairs, and I noticed that you could just barely hear it now. It's great. Another aspect of, or another positive of the new windows. New windows are looking good. They're caulking on the outside now. Has a different look without those grids, that's for sure. Really nice. You can't see through the windows during the day. You can see they look kind of black. Really cool. So much warmer inside, we can tell already. Here's the old piece of trim that was above the window. It was above all of them. I took them all down except for this one. It was too high. It's all rotted. 23 years old, I guess, but...
That's a big pile out of it. Don't look at everything, just walk.
Time for the kiddos to go to school. Starting to clean up now already. They said they just throw out the old windows. There's nothing they can do with them. The glass, the framing, nothing. They got here a little after 8 o'clock today. And they just busted their butts, man. I mean, I don't even think they took a lunch. I think they're just planning on finishing up and then going to lunch. I mean, it's about almost 12:30 now. I mean, that's incredible. I highly recommend Universal Windows Direct to anybody. The quality of the windows. There goes Sandy, taking the kiddos to day school, daycare. Really happy. Finally gonna be warmer in the house. You know, the one great thing about this is I'll be able to turn my thermostat down. We've had it at 74. Yeah, we've had it at 74 the last month, maybe a little more than a month. 74 is a little high. I'm not used to that. But I'm betting 70, 69 maybe. Save a lot of money. All the heat's not going right out the windows. So we have our new windows in already. They started a little after 8, and by 1:30 they were done.
16 windows.
16. Well, we did find out one thing in regards to our blinds. They, let me show you. I was talking about this earlier. The windows are wider than the previous ones, And I had the brackets in here to hold up the blinds, and now there's not enough room. The blinds, I could still hang them up, but the blinds would stick out like out to here like this, and that might, I think it would look kind of funky. So we're gonna go with a new look. Well, that concludes the window project. Job well done. Worked their butts off. They ate lunch while they were working. No messing around. Very happy with the installers. And we got a Universal Direct sign right out there.
Yep. Like all of them, all the trades like to leave their name behind so they get business. But these guys are contracted by Universal Direct, so if you do get them, you'll have to be buying Universal Direct windows.
Yeah.
Which we highly recommend, because everybody kept saying, "Oh, you'll feel the difference before we, before we even leave. You're gonna feel the difference in the house." And I'm thinking, okay, we'll feel a little difference. I'm not kidding. You feel a difference. I'm standing next to these windows. I do not feel cold. I can put my hands in my kitchen sink, and it's not cold. So, yeah. And he said that once these warm up to the interior of the house, these windows won't be cold, and I can already feel that because I was testing them out upstairs. Those upstairs have been a little bit, they went first, but they are. This is already warming up. I couldn't touch these windows before in the other house. I mean, in the other set.
Let alone stand by them.
But once, with the heat right here, once it's already warming this up, this is almost right here the same temperature in the house.
Wow.
And it'll maintain that, from
And
what
it's
they're
like,
saying.
and it's like 18 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's cold out. So
Nice.
expensive, but it's a good investment, especially if you want to resell.
Here's how the windows look after they've been installed. They have like a dark tint from the outside. Kind of cool, and I like it without the grids. Very nice. This is how it looks the next day. We decided to put drapes up here instead of the blinds, because without the blinds it made it look like the room was larger. It's odd, but so we're not going to put the blinds on these windows, but I'll show you the other windows. I was worried about the blinds coming out too far, but it doesn't. It worked out pretty nice. It looks good. So I'm able to put all the blinds up. Upstairs we're going to put the blinds in, and downstairs we're going to do the curtain rods and the drapes. So yeah, all in all, perfect. Thank you, Universal Direct. Thank you very much. Oh, that's dreadful. Look at that. It's going to be 0 degrees in a couple of days, starting Monday. 0. To think I used to live in Florida.